Whenever I traveled, I was so scared of missing out. I had to see everything, do everything, eat everything, or it felt like I was wasting the trip. But the irony was, by trying to do everything, nothing actually felt special. What I didn't realize was that travel has the power to actually change you, but only if you go deeper. Not just seeing, but noticing how people live, eat, greet, and value life differently. Once I started being more immersive, travel stopped being just another vacation. It started shifting how I see the world and even how I live my own life. Hi there, I'm Hema and I work as a data scientist in Silicon Valley. But in between working in tech, I have traveled to over 10 countries in the last 3 years. Not just to see new places, but to explore how new experiences can shape the way we live. And as a data person, I love that the research backs this up. Cornell psychologist Thomas Gilovich has shown we get more enduring happiness from experiences than from possessions, which is exactly why I travel this way. This channel is where I share those stories and reflections, so if you have ever wanted to travel in a way that feels more personal and meaningful, you're in the right place. Some of my past trips used to just blur together. I'd come back with a camera full of pretty photos, but I was still the same old me. The thing that finally changed was this tiny rule I came up with: ask, absorb, and adopt. What it means is to be curious, actually pay attention to the meaning behind what you're seeing, and then take home just one little habit or idea. In this video, I'll show you how I do that with super simple questions you can try anywhere. So here's how I travel now. First thing I do is ask. Just being curious opens way more doors than snapping a postcard photo ever could. When I'm walking around a new neighborhood, I watch how people greet each other, how close do they stand, or when they talk, I ask a local, what's considered polite here? Or how do people usually say hi? This one question can change how the whole day feels. At a cafe, I'll chat with the barista and ask whether people usually just hang out here or do they quickly pay and go. I ask them what's the local favorite on the menu. On a train or bus, I notice whether people are queuing up in lines or whether they move as a group, whether it's quiet or chatty, and I ask myself what's a respectful thing to do and follow here. I look at the restaurant hours and I think, what time do people have meals here? None of these are big interview questions. They're just small human questions that show that you care about how things are done here. Once I ask, I just don't stop at the facts. I try to absorb the meaning behind it. I try to figure out the value behind what I'm seeing. Like in Japan, when a train leaves right on the dot to the very second, that's not just punctuality. That's a whole culture saying time is precious. Or when everyone's super quiet on the train, it's not just silence, it's a kind of shared calm that people are choosing to follow and keep together. In Italy, a dinner isn't just about food, it's a time to slow down and really connect with the people around you. And in the US, a quick sidewalk hello from a stranger passing by isn't just small talk, it's a tiny act of kindness that can set the mood for your whole day. When I look at it that way, it stops being just a detail I notice, but it turns into a life lesson, like respect for time, connection over speed, and these lessons really stick to me much later in life. Before I leave a place, I like to pick one tiny behavior to actually bring home with me. I call it my one thing rule. On the last night of the trip, I jot it down in my notes and then I try living with it for the next 7 days. If it feels right, it stays. If not, then that's okay. I just thank the place for the lesson and move on. From Japan, I brought home punctuality. And this was huge for me because I used to be that one person who was always 5 minutes late. But now I make it a point to arrive when I say I will, whether that's meeting friends for dinner, getting to the airport on time to pick up someone, or going for a movie. It's just a small shift, but it shows respect for other people's time, and I've noticed how much it matters. From Italy, I adopted longer dinners. No phones on the table, more eye contact, and just letting a meal stretch into a conversation instead of rushing through it. And those dinners feel so much richer now, like the food is just one part of the entire experience. And from the US, where I live right now, I adopted the first hello. At first, I was awkward about it because growing up, I wasn't used to acknowledging strangers. But here, I learned how great it can be to just smile, nod, or say hello to someone you don't even know. It only takes 2 seconds, but it really does lift the mood for them as well as for me. So, if you want a simple way to try this on your next trip, start with the everyday moments. When you go on a walk, notice the city's rhythm. When it wakes, eats, and rests, or in a cafe and restaurant, notice the dining habits. Watch how guests and staff speak to each other, and try ordering the local way once. In the public transportation, follow the rules, but if you're unsure, just ask someone nearby. Before rushing to take a photo, take a few minutes to let that moment sink in. Think, what's one thing here that's different from back home? And then find the value behind it and choose one tiny habit to bring back. At the end of the day, travel isn't just about new places, it's about a new perspective. When you slow down and immerse yourself, you grow more empathetic, more patient, more aware of what truly matters. You realize your way of living isn't the only way, it's just one way. And that shift is powerful because instead of coming home with just photos, you come home with new habits, new values, and a little more gratitude for the world we share. So, on your next trip, try the 3 A's: ask, absorb, and adopt. And I'd love to hear in the comments what you noticed or learned along the way. And if you've been wanting to travel in a way that feels more personal and meaningful, check out my video Travel to Grow, Not Just to Post, where I share how traveling intentionally made a difference not just in my trips, but in the way I see life. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Wherever you're headed next, I hope that your trip feels more meaningful and that you walk away with some tiny lesson or habit that you can use in your everyday life. Bye.